Hello to all of you gorgeous dolls out there. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I managed to get my hands on a new Mini Brands Create. In the store, I did bring my scale and I was trying to find the apple pie because I think it's super cute, but there weren't a ton of balls left, maybe like 7. So I picked the one that was closest to one of the weights and sound guides. I believe this is a medium rubber sound as opposed to a plastic sound. Honestly, you could kind of tell the difference. I'll shake it here just so you can kind of hear. When I found one that seemed to match the strawberry cake, I was excited because I don't even have the Miniverse strawberry cake, so it wouldn't feel as much like a duplicate. Just for your information, I did weigh it. It was 99 grams and 3.53 ounces. These tabs opened for me so much easier than the Miniverse ones ever do. And there's a ton of plastic like always, but this little recycled notice is kind of nice to hear. So far, first impressions of the packaging, I don't love the labels. I'm a graphic designer. I have designed food labels before. I would never submit this. Like these strawberry labels or this whipped cream label with marble pattern on it. These do seem to have multiple things per package, and they don't always seem to make sense what they're packaged with, but it is nice that everything isn't in its own little paper thing using even more waste. I think these booklets are super cute though. They're well made, well designed, and I think that the steps are really nice. The Miniverse doesn't really have these step-by-step instructions. It just has a tiny little guide. Opening this box was pretty easy. Sometimes flaps at this size are hard to open. These little cakes are cute, very textured, and definitely a little bit rubbery. I don't want to bend them too far. And I am going to go into the first layer with the whipped cream. And I definitely had to push a little harder than I thought I would. I don't know if this was completely full. I saw someone had done this with their strawberries in the middle standing upright, and I thought it was way cuter. It showed them off so much better. And these strawberries are really nice. Instead of just slices, they're half strawberries, so you have that depth that it can stand up on its own, and they're also pretty realistic looking, and I really liked that. I thought that it would be a waste of this pretty detailing on the cut half if it was just hidden. Now, saying that, I wish I had done the top first. Doing the middle like this uses more whipped cream than you're intended to. And while the top still turned out okay for me, it would have been nice had I done the top first and gotten nice little dollops for my whole strawberries to sit in. And I will come back and add more to this inside after I do the top. As you can see, I'm using a Miniverse spatula to spread this on there. I really love these little Miniverse spatulas. I use them all the time. I have, I think, 3 or 4, and I just keep them around and use them constantly. And so here I'm trying to make the most of my whipped cream, and I'm trying to hollow out the center and kind of lift the edges. I found that if I really completely squish the end of it and then push on the top piece, it helps it direct that last little bit out, which is why it looks like I'm really struggling here, which I kind of was. In the directions, it looked like there were 6 strawberries on top. So I did 6, even though there were 8 whole strawberries. And I did end up with 2 extra halved strawberries as well, which I'm sure is just because I spaced mine a little bit more than you're supposed to. It might have looked better had I made them a little closer together, but I did like it, so I left it. And as you can see, the first dollops I did were a lot better than the last 2, where I was running low on whipped cream and it was just kind of sticking to the existing layer. And then there's these tiny little chopped up ones, and I'm just kind of randomly throwing them on there to disperse them somewhat evenly. So here I am going back in and trying to shove more whipped cream in there. If I would have added more of those halved strawberries, it probably would have covered up a little bit more to the fact that there was less. I didn't want to cut my whipped cream open. I really like having the bottles and everything as decorations, and even though I'm not a big fan of the design of this bottle, I still thought it was something I wanted to have. So there's all the ingredients and my finished product before it dried. It's super cute and I really like this whipped cream stuff, but it is still kind of rubbery after it dried. Like, it's squishy. I'm afraid my strawberries might come off. It's not as solid as resin, where like people make magnets out of their Miniverse. You know that's solid, it's staying. So I actually grabbed one of my Miniverse, I believe this is like a vanilla cake frosting or cookie frosting, and I just tried to shove it in there to both fill up the holes a little bit and add that extra holding power so that the top cake doesn't just pop off at some point. And then on top, I also kind of thought it could use a little bit more of a gloss. So I'm using the water from one of the Miniverse Lifestyle flower vases because I didn't actually put the water in those. And I just poured it all over and I'm spreading it out, and then I'm going to cure the whole thing. Here we have it, and I'm so happy with how this came out. I think I still prefer the Miniverse in a lot of ways, but these are really cute. So here's a comparison of the different items that both have. In all instances of these utensils, the left one is the Mini Brands and the right one is the Miniverse. For the cake server, I really like the Mini Brands one. I think the shape is perfect. I think the size is really nice. It's really cute. The forks to me are similar enough that I don't have a favorite. The tongs. The Mini Brands tongs are so much cuter. They remind me of salad tongs. They're like a nice little decoration. However, they are much flimsier than the Miniverse ones. So if you actually use your tongs and you don't have like a separate set, it's not as good. In terms of the strawberries, I think that the cut strawberries from Miniverse, they're more cartoony, so it depends on what you like. I like the color and the pattern on the Mini Brands one a lot. I don't dislike the Miniverse ones at all. I think they're super cute for what they are. The whipped cream that Miniverse has, I love that they have the different sizes. They send you different ones with different items for what they need. And then you get the perfect little swirl and you don't have to worry about that. The Mini Brands whipped cream is really fun that you get to do it yourself, but I feel like for some people that can be really stressful. And the fact that the bottle doesn't squeeze the easiest is also difficult. If it was a tube that you could put into a cute container when you're not using it, but you pull it out, it's like a toothpaste tube with a little tip, I think that would have been perfect. You could have gotten so much out of it without messing with your stuff, but it also would have been more parts and more items for them to make. So as I said, I don't have the exact same cake from the Miniverse, but I do really like this. It was fun. I do definitely want to try to get one that comes with resin and one of the little, unfortunately, short-lived, unrechargeable, unreusable resin lamps, because I want to see how it compares to my little flashlight that I got at Temu for like $2 probably, but also takes batteries and I can reuse it forever. I do think I'm going to be going back and trying to find a different one, hopefully a new box, and they'll have the apple pie. So let me know in the comments, are you planning to get any Mini Brands Create capsules, or are you going to stick with Miniverse? If you have already gotten some of these, which do you like better? How do they compare for you? For me, it's going to be a case-by-case basis. I really like the Miniverse aesthetic, but I think that there could be some items from Mini Brands that will be different enough and expand my options enough that I would want them. Thank you so much for joining. I have so many more miniature videos that I'm editing right now. I've done a ton of remixing, reusing, general creation, and also straight up Mini Brands kits that I just keep doing and not editing. So look forward to those, as well as some more doll content. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.